It's time for a little comedy, a little content, and a lot of conversation. It's the Geno Jones Show, exclusively right here on YouTube. And now here's your host, Geno Jones.
Hey, Happy New Year, everybody. Happy New Year. Man, I hope you had a great holiday. I hope you had a very Merry Christmas, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Hanukkah, and a very Happy New Year. Man, I missed you guys, but the holiday break, I really needed it, so we're back live. This is the very first show of 2023, a brand new year, an exciting new year. It's going to be great. I'm speaking into existence. It's going to be great. It's going to be great for you, for your family, for your finance, for your health, for your money, for your mental health. It's just going to be an amazing year, and we're going to do everything that we can, that I can, and everybody else that's part of the Geno Jones Show. We're going to do everything we can to make it a very spectacular 2023. So let me start off today's show. I got to thank my firstborn, Boogie. You guys see me talking about Allie and Boogie, Boogie and Allie. So Daddy's big girl, his firstborn. I know she's a grown woman. She's married. I get it. She's still my baby. She'll always be my baby. Like my mother always reminds me. She said, you will always be my baby. And I get it now. So I want to thank Boogie, a.k.a. Lauren Hill Vaughn, and my son-in-law, who I'm proud to call my son, who's done a really, and he's done a great job. Jonathan. Yeah, saying a lot. Because, you know, dads, if you got a daughter, you know, there's always going to be a part of you that will think that no man is ever going to be good enough for your daughter. And no matter how good he is, you know, you always going to keep that one eye on him. So I told him, I'll always keep that one eye on you, but he really made me proud. He's made me a believer. He made me a believer a little while ago, but I couldn't let him know that because, you know, then it'll go to his head, then he'll get cocky, and that ego, well, you get it. But anyway, so a big thank you, and I am so proud of, like I said, my daughter and my son-in-law, Boogie and Jonathan. So we had a family vacation. I got a chance to finally get my daughters to Disney World. So it was one of the few things I felt like a failure as a dad because I never got a chance to take either one of them, Boogie or Allie, to Disney World. When I had the time, I didn't have the money. When I had the money, I didn't have the time. And you understand that. And I really felt like a failure. And I'm not just making this up. It's not hype. Because they will tell you, I said, you know, I apologize. I have apologized to them on numerous occasions. I apologize. I feel like a failure as a dad for not taking you all in. Boogie was like, Dad, no. Her and Allie, no, Dad, you're not a failure. It's good. We're going now. So we went for Christmas, actually. So we spent 5 days outside of basically suburban Orlando. Like Disney World, literally. It's like its own city. Really. They got like 3 or 4 or 5 exits of I-4. Really, it's like an entire city. It's amazing. So we had a wonderful time. We actually went the Thursday before Christmas, and we had just a spectacular time, and they were so happy, and it made me so happy, me and Damaris, to see them so happy, because that was always a goal and a dream, and I felt, you know, as a dad, I really let them down, but I made it up finally. It took a minute, but we got them there. So, and shout out to Disney World. We had a good time. It was a great experience. The staff, yes. And the cool thing is there were a lot of like people who went for their first time that was in their 40s, 50s, 60s. I think a couple people were in their 70s, and it was their first time. They give you like this button for first timers. It says first timer, and it was just really Space Mountain. It ain't for the faint of heart. So I'm just telling you, if roller coasters, if you can't handle them, you might want to skip Space Mountain. Now they had like they had what was it, like Splash Mountain. You might want to wear a raincoat. So we did that. But Space Mountain was, yeah, it was. Even I had to like say, okay, wow, yeah, this is a grown folks ride here. This is an adult ride. Absolutely, but it was a great experience. So I just once again shout out to Boogie and Jonathan, you all, and I told them face to face, they did an amazing job. So very proud of them, and I love them so very, very much. So, and I got a chance to experience that with Allie, and it was just a great. And I want to shout out to Annette and Johnny. So he's the senior, Jonathan's dad. Johnny, they're just really beautiful people. I had a wonderful. They're just really good, down to earth people. Just the kind of spirit and just the moral foundation. Just really just fun. We had a lot of fun and laughs, and they've done an excellent job raising a son, and I thank them both for that. I think shout out to Johnny, Jonathan's dad, for being a great role model. He set a great example on how a man is supposed to, conduct himself, what a real man looks like, being responsible, and being there for his family. And I thank his mom, Annette, for teaching him how to be a better man, because that's what my mother did for me, and I told her that. I said, Johnny taught him how to be a man, but you taught him how to be a better man. And that was really, so shout out to them. They're just really just wonderful. And Tish, his sister, and his nieces, and just the experience. Shout out to my nephew Nino, who's more like our son than our nephew. And just the whole experience was great. So today, so I got to make a pivot here. Speaking of family, I got a chance to, I didn't see this in real time because I was watching the Lakers and LeBron James, who is playing just incredible. Oh, happy birthday, belated happy birthday to LeBron James, 38. And I believe today, happy birthday today, I believe Denzel Washington celebrating a birthday. What is Denzel? Denzel's probably about 69 today, I think. I didn't get you, but I think today is Denzel's birthday. And Janet Jackson's son, Issa, is his birthday today also. So young man, you born on the same day as Denzel Washington. So you born on a day of greatness. And your mama's great. She's like the female GOAT. But anyway, so last night there was a young man named DeMar Hamlin. He's a football player for the Buffalo Bills. And so Buffalo played the Cincinnati Bengals in Cincinnati, a huge game. NFL fans, this might have been definitely one of the most anticipated games of the year. Huge game. They're getting ready. The playoffs are about to start in maybe, about 2 weeks? I guess about 2 weeks to eventually determine who's going to win the Super Bowl. So this is the next second to last game of the regular season, and a lot is riding on this game. So this kid, DeMar Hamlin, he makes a tackle. Actually, the tackle is a guy named T. Higgins, who played football. He was a star at Clemson University, Clemson is about 3-hour drive from where I'm at here. I'm in the southeastern part, South Carolina, here in Charleston. And Clemson is a little small college town northwest, the kind of almost like northwest corner of South Carolina. Anyway, so DeMar Hamlin, safety for the number 3 for the Buffalo Bills, he tackles the receiver for Cincinnati, T. Higgins. So he makes the tackle, and then he gets up. He springs up, really, like he bounced up, and then he fell back. He just collapsed. So it turned out that this young man went into cardiac arrest. His heart stopped on the football field. They had to revive him. They had to restart his heart. So technically, this young man died on the field. He wasn't breathing, and his heart stopped. And thank God the NFL, and there's a lot that I can criticize the NFL about. That'll be another show. But thank God that the NFL, all the NFL cities and teams, they have a staff of doctors and EMS workers, people who are trained to deal with emergencies like this, primarily like neurologists, and then I believe they have a doctor. They may have a cardiologist or doctors who are, they're a team of doctors. So I know they have a neurologist. They probably have a cardiologist on site and other EMS workers. So basically, they had to give him CPR to resuscitate him. And there were reports. As a matter of fact, I heard some of the players, former players, Joe Buck and Troy Aikman, one of them, I think it was Troy, said they actually saw them pushing the chest. And somebody said, maybe it wasn't Troy, but there was reports that they had to basically use a defibrillator, which is, it's like two paddles, and it has basically an electric shock. So it's electric current that they use. You've seen it on TV shows and movies, where they basically to restart your heart, or if it's not beating properly, what they call the arrhythmia, where it's an irregular heartbeat, or in this young man's case, apparently his heart, they believed, according to all the cardiologists, when it goes into an arrhythmia, instead of like beating like boom, 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 the heart kind of quivers. It's like if you're ever really cold and you start shaking, that's what the heart does. And they have to basically, if they can't manually get your heart, if they can't get the normal rhythm to come back, in many cases they have to basically give you they have to shock your heart, and the electric current basically resets your heartbeat and resets it to a normal rhythm. Now, not a doctor, not a cardiologist, but I've listened and watched a lot of cardiologists today. My mother's a nurse. So this young man is in a hospital. He is still in critical condition in an intensive care unit in a Cincinnati hospital. Please pray. If you believe in the power of prayer, even if you don't, just for this one case, one instance, whatever you believe in, whatever it is, nothing at all, just send out positive vibes. But if you believe in the power of prayer like I do, please send prayers up for this young man, Damar Hamlin. Damar Hamlin, D-A-M-A-R, Hamlin, H-A-M-L-I-N, Damar Hamlin. And pray for his parents. His mom, Nina, was at the game, Nina Hamlin. His dad is named Mario. I haven't heard, I don't know if I heard more of his family, so I think it's safe for me to assume. I could be wrong. Because I hear the family's very close. So as a dad, I would bet anything that Mario is there with his son and his wife, Nina. Their son, that's their baby. And Nina carried him for 9 months and brought him into this world. It's my grandmother and grandfather, so they birthed him in the world. And, his dad has had some personal challenges, but he overcame those and turned his life around. He and Nina opened up a business, I believe a cleaning service. And I believe Nina had something like a daycare center at home, some type of child care. From what I read earlier today, my mom at one time had an in-home, daycare service, daycare center. This was some time ago. So as a parent with 2 daughters, a son-in-law, and I have nephews, I can only imagine if that would have been my son. I felt like it was my son because the parent in me came out, and his mother was at the game. And she went to the hospital with him. And to see your baby not moving, and to see doctors resuscitating your son is not breathing, and he doesn't have a pulse, and his heart stopped, and they're doing everything they can. just pumping and pressing on his chest where his heart is, trying to get it to restart, and then they use a defibrillator. Then when you see something like that, a defibrillator come out, you know it's something serious. So I can only imagine what the parents and the rest of his family. He's got a younger brother, I did hear that. So please pray for DeMar Hamlin's family. Pray for Nina Hamlin. Pray for Mario Hamlin. Pray for his younger brother and his, I don't know if he's got a grandparent, grandmother, grandfather. I don't know if he has grandparents still living. I'm sure he's got nieces and nephews. His whole family, pray for them, but pray for this young man. I think all the prayers can help. I always said my mother, I believe like her prayers. I believe, some people, like, they're like the express, like, sometimes when you call some people, sometimes, you got to go through the receptionist, or sometimes they'll put you on hold, and sometimes certain calls come in, you pick up. As a matter of fact, you don't even go through the receptionist. You just got a direct line. I know in my heart that my mother's got that direct line. When she says a prayer, when she calls out to God, I knew my grandmother definitely, God heard their prayers. Just about all the time. I can't say all the time, because if it was, then my grandmother and my grandfather would still be here. But anyway, I know I am blessed beyond light years, and it ain't because of me. It's because, as they said, I had a praying grandmother, and I got a praying mother. And my grandfather prayed too. He was a little more reserved with his, but he was a man of faith and a man of God, but he was the strong, silent type, But my grandmother, yes, absolutely. And my mother, absolutely. As I know she's watching me right now. I want to shout out to everybody that's watching and jumping in. Just click that button right there. So I'm glad to be back. So I hope you're happy and glad to have me back. I want to say welcome. I want to thank everybody for watching. Before I get out of here, let me give a big shout out to the ladies, to Quanda and the ladies at the Good Earth Dry Cleaners here in the Charleston, South Carolina metro. Actually, North Charleston, near the about a mile from the airport, maybe. Yeah, about a mile from the airport, and literally across the street from the North Charleston Coliseum, where we have all the big concerts that come in town. So, as a matter of fact, boys and men are going to be there. I think they're going to be there. No, they're going to be at the, we have another arena called the Performing Arts Center. That's like a 2,600 seat, 2,600 seat venue. And then, of course, the big arena, the big North Charleston, the main, I could call like this indoor stadium. That's like a 10,000 seater. So, but anyway, shout out to those ladies, because they were listening to my radio station, which tomorrow I will be back, the Geno Show, on my radio station, Star 99.7. You can go to star997.com and listen to me live, 10 a.m. till 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Back on the radio doing my thing, the Geno Show. But the Geno Jones Show, the Geno Jones Variety Show, bam, coming to you. I'm back live and in living color, Monday through Friday. But today is Tuesday, so we're back to normal and back to our normal schedule as of today, 6:30 p.m. Eastern live. So I told those ladies I was going to shout them out on my TV show and on my radio show tomorrow morning. So thank you for letting me be a part of your life. As always, God bless each and every one of you, and especially you. And God, most of all, thank you for letting me do the Geno Jones Show. I want to thank everybody who binge watched all my back episodes. So I was looking at my numbers and going back and seeing like episodes. So man, a lot of you all did a lot of watching of the Geno Jones shows over the holiday. And I appreciate it. Thank you so much. And I want to thank the the nearly 13,000 total views of the Geno Jones Show and the nearly 40,000 minutes of the Geno Jones Show that was watched in 2022. Thank you. So the goal is to have 10,000 subscribers by the end of this year, 2023. So I'm speaking into existence. I'm naming it and claiming it, and I'm asking you to please assist me. Tell everybody you know and don't know to please subscribe to the Geno Jones Show YouTube channel. Subscribe, share, like, and binge watch all my back episodes. Shout out to Mr. Markel Bailey, the official barber and hairstylist of the Geno Jones Show. You can check him out on Instagram. Kel be cutting up, KELBECUTTINUP. I want to shout out the official wardrobe consultant and stylist for the Geno Jones Show, the drip director, Allie Jones. Check her out on Instagram, LX.NCL underscore is that little dash below. So L like Lexi, X like extra, dot N like Nancy or Nanette, C like Charlie, L like Lexi underscore. And also, let me shout out Mr. Bruce Gage. He's also wardrobe consultant, stylist for the Geno Jones Show, Miglio di Mario Uomo, the Mario Uomo collection, and the Flyball collection. One of the few official licensed Negro Baseball League apparel collectors, I should say. So he's one of the very few vendors, or he's got. As a matter of fact, he has a loft where you can make an appointment. As a matter of fact, he's got something special going on, so you can make an appointment. You can do private shopping or whatever. Mario Uomo is his own private line, but he has other lines, including the Flyball collection line, like jackets, like really nice, like baseball jackets. They have ties now, sweaters, just really nice. Just go to Miglio di Mario Uomo, MIGILIODIMARIOUOMO, MIGILIOMARIOUOMO. The next live edition of the Geno Jones Show is going to be on tomorrow or today, depending on what time you're watching the show. It's going to be Wednesday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern. Until then, as always, please be blessed. Pray for peace, and please, please pray for the young man, NFL football player for the Buffalo Bills. Pray for DeMar Hamlin. Please lift his name up in prayer as loud as you can or as quietly as you can. And pray for his family. Pray for his parents, Nina and Mario, and all of his family. Thanks for watching. We'll see you Wednesday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern. Thanks again. Shout out to everybody watching me live also.
Subscribe and tune in to the next episode of The Geno Jones Show, exclusively right here on YouTube.